This program is presented by QubicaAMF, making bowling amazing.
Konsteri goes for 3 in a row. This is round 3 of the QubicaAMF Masters Stepladder here in the Bowling Promotion Tour. And today we're featuring the red-hot number 7 seed Peppi Konsteri versus the number 5 seed Mike de Boer. Konsteri has already defeated Joe Crook and Arnois MBL in the stepladder. Today she faces de Boer, with the winner facing Elisa Hiltunen. And after that we have Philip Manning, David Barak, and Kenny Bio waiting in the wings of this stepladder. There is Konsteri completing her practice on the left lane. Before this, Konsteri defeated Arnois MBL and David Barak in the youth stepladder to claim that title. So that actually makes 4 television wins in a row for Konsteri. She will once again receive an 8-pin handicap by international rules since this is mixed competition. And we'll add that in when we're calculating the scores as the match progresses. Konsteri won the women's doubles with fellow Finn Elisa Hiltunen and captured the youth stepladder as we said, so she's seeking her 3rd title, with de Boer seeking his 1st of these televised finals. This is our 17th match overall of 24 we're bringing you as part of the 2024-2025 Bowling Promotion Tour season, including doubles, team, women's, youth, and QubicaAMF Masters singles competition. And there is our referee kicking things off, and I believe it will be Mike de Boer getting us going on the left lane. De Boer will take 1 shot on the left lane, then Konsteri will bowl on the right, then the left, and we'll proceed all the way that way through the end of the match, a la PBA singles style. We have bowlers from 8 different countries in these matches, and all of our competitors have bowled 18 games of qualifying at various locations around France. And we are here at Bowling La Sphère in Fontaine, Comte, about 200 miles southwest of Paris, for our televised finals. There is de Boer, straight up the lane, right up the second arrow, and splits the rack. Beautiful start for Mike de Boer. Speaking of those 18 games, de Boer was the overall 5th high qualifier with a 211 average. And look at that ball split the pocket, splits the 8-9. You can see the 8 go out there last. And now the familiar style by now of Peppi Konsteri, full-time BWBA pro, 21 years of age. And watch this line position. Watch that beautiful stroke. And that attention star turns up through the mid lane and flushes to match the strike by de Boer. And look at how that perfect balance, all that power goes through her fingers into the rotations of that attention star, and watch how the ball behaves on the back end. And it's 10 in the pit. So great start there for Peppi, as usual. I should also say Peppi's very strong on the back end of the game. In both youth stepladder matches, she strung strikes at the end of the game to close out those matches. And now it looks like we have a break here. I believe we're looking for a re-rack. You can see that head pin was a little bit to the right, making a tight pocket. It is within Konsteri's right to ask for a re-rack if she doesn't like the placement of the pins. Normally 2 re-racks are allowed per game. And so we have that re-rack now, and it will be Konsteri on the left lane. Konsteri, as we said, overall 7th qualifier. She's the youngest woman ever to throw 300 in Finland. And she's a member, of course, of the Finnish team and a PWBA member. This concentration. Watch how steady her head is as she strokes through the shot. Just perfect form. The ball turns up and does its job, slaps the 10. And there is a double for Peppi Konsteri. So if we add in her 8-pin handicap, He's already got an 18-pin lead. And good shot there by Peppi. And the left lane a little bit drier, so I think she had her foot a board or two left. Went around it a little bit. Ball a little bit late to the pocket, but it slaps the 10 and carries. And now Mike de Boer looking to match Konsteri here on this right lane. And it's right up the board. Oh, the ball deflected a little bit when it hit and left a 5-pin there for a second. But a pin comes back across the deck and carries it, so there is a matching double. I think he didn't mean to get this ball so much in the oil, and it does skid a little bit, but there's enough power that the head pin comes back across the deck and tomahawks the 5. So there is a matching double for Mike de Boer. Mike de Boer, 25-year-old, is in IT cybersecurity, so lots of job security there these days. And again, throwing that purple hammer. He's only been a two-hander for 2 years. And now de Boer, another good shot. No, a little bit left off his hand. And that hooked somewhat in the dry, goes up through the beak for the 3-6 combination. And you can see that's left off his hand. Normally he was hitting the 10 board there. Second error on that hit about 13 or 14, so definitely left. And he'll go to the plastic ball cross lane for the surprisingly challenging the 3-6 combination. And goes cross lane, makes it look easy and converts the spare, so good cover there. Now we have a matching double, so by virtue of the 8-pin handicap, we have a 10-pin lead for Peppi Konsteri. He says, okay, no drama there. Covered the 3-6, no problem. So 10-pin lead for Konsteri. Can she make it 3 in a row here in this right lane? And that's a little deeper. It looks like she almost moved her feet left or something. Definitely left of the last shot. Catches the oil and goes through it. Leaves the 2-8 combination. The same count that de Boer just had, so both bowlers double and 8, and if she converts this, they'll both have double 8 spare, meaning Konsteri will once again have her 8-pin handicap lead. She stays with the strike ball to go cross lane for the 2-8. A little iffy to take your spare ball straight at this spare. You really want to be hooking into it, and she does and converts the 2-8 there. Good shot. See the ball turn at the very last minute there to take out the 2-8, so I think she might have been a little stressed about that, but she threw it well and converts the spare. Now Peppi on the left lane. Youngest woman ever to throw 300 in Finland. You can see why with this beautiful release, and she gets through the shot. That's way out to the right, but it comes back. Oh, and the 7-pin carries for her. That was an errant shot to the right. I haven't seen her miss, I don't think, by that much, maybe in 4 games. And the ball comes out to the right, and she did it on the dry lane. Once again, make the correct mistake on the correct lane, and she says, oh, thank you for turning up. That ball makes it out to 5 or 4 at the break point. Really catches the back end, turns up, and the 7-pin goes out at the last second to give her the strike. And now can de Boer match and keep the score even, at least on paper. And up the lane he does, and he gets the strike in the 4th. So both bowlers double 8 spare strike. And here we go into the 5th frame. And he got that a little bit left, but that one stayed right in the oil and right into the pocket. So good shot there by Mike. You can see that trip 4 a little bit high in the pocket there. Purple hammer has a fair bit of shine on it. It's a little bit of lane shine, I'd say. You can see that pin is also pretty far from his fingers. I think he's trying to get the maximum flare and rotation out of that motor. the core inside that purple hammer. And he flushes the next one, so he strikes. So that's going to bring the match now within 2 pins. And there you go. Good shot there by Mike DeBoer to give him the double. And indeed gets it within 2 with the handicap. And now can Konsteri match? And through 5 frames, can we have an exactly equal match on paper? And she gets it out. Now that's out to the dry on the right lane and doesn't quite make the turn. Comes up a little bit late for a ringing 10. Go. So that is now going to be a 2-pin lead for Mike DeBoer. And he's working on a strike. Now let's see if that was a costly ring 10 there by Peppi Konsteri. She'll go cross lane to this 10-pin. She has been perfect on these spares and does make that one. So good shot there. And again, she's down 10 on paper, but with her handicap now only down 2. So good shot there by Konsteri covering the 10-pin. And now last time she got a little bit of a break on this left lane, getting the ball to the right and having it recover. Let's see if she makes any move off that, or let's see what she does. Sometimes you want to be cautious making a change off of a little bit of an errant shot. Here's our ref coming out looking at something. Peppi was pointing at something on the right lane. Instead she deals and throws. I think she moved left into the oil and threw that one down the oil, and it never even saw the break point. Went right through it. That's what we call the super washout, or the PBA washout. And that is a very, very tough leave for Peppi. That's going to increase DeBoer's lead by virtue of the count, and she's got a very, very difficult spare here. It's the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, the super washout. 2 ways to do this. You can go cross lane, and she is going cross lane to try to make it like a baby split. It only gets the 2. So she leaves her, even with her handicap, 118 in the 6th, so tough. Ooh, tough break there. I think she wanted to try to get at least 3 of those, but she does only get the 2, the 6-10, leaving her with only 7 in that frame. So again, 110 in the 6th with her handicap. It's 118, and DeBoer now is enjoying a 20-pin lead at least. And if he can strike again here, and he gets the trip 4. Wow, gets the pin to come back across the deck and carry that 4-pin. And watch this ball come high. Leaves the 4, but the pin comes screaming back across the deck and kicks out that 4. And now DeBoer, all of a sudden, 30-pin lead. Going into the 7th frame here. Once again, match 17 of our overall 24, and our 3rd match of this QubicaAMF Masters Stepladder, and another rolling 4. Oh my gosh. Mike DeBoer needs to go to the casino. That's another rolling 4. Look at that pin come screaming across the deck just like the last time for another strike for DeBoer. Wow, you rarely see, first of all, you rarely see one of those. And then he gets another one to get the head pin coming across the deck and carrying the 4. Actually, I don't know that it was the head pin. It was some, I'd have to see it in super slow motion to tell exactly which pin it was, but twice in a row for a messenger 4-pin carry. And now Konsteri pretty much must strike here. And there is almost a 7-10, but she gets the 10 out to leave just the 9, but unfortunately the damage is done here. With about a 40-pin lead now, unfortunately, for DeBoer. looking at over the third arrow, and she strokes it just about, leaves the 7-10, doesn't have that ball come back. Now what's happening here is that purple hammer is dragging the oil down the lane and depositing it on the back end of the lane. And unfortunately for Konsteri, throwing reactive resin and asking the ball to go out and come back a little bit, and maybe starting to affect her back end. And you could see that ring 10 on that right lane. You saw that almost 7-10 on that right lane. And that super wash was, I think that was a shot in the oil too much, but really 3 light shots in a row now for Konsteri. So, and again, the problem with this is as soon as you move for it, the ball goes high. And like that, oh, it goes high, but she does get it. So she made the move, and the ball comes high, almost leaves the 7-9. And that's part of the challenge of reactive resin, because it sees that move out to that dry, and it picks up on that dry, and it immediately hooks, but it comes up. And watch the 7 and the 9 kind of collapse into each other at the end to give her that strike. And now Boer pretty much has this match in hand with a maximum 198 available for Peppi. And Boer going for 5 in a row and gets it. Boer staring at 278 possible. So unfortunately, I believe our winning streak for Peppi Konsteri is about to come to an end, with Mike Boer just striking and striking here, getting those 2 trip 4s. He's got double spare 5-bagger. So pretty much an insurmountable lead, just about even now with 2 frames to go for Mike Boer. He would need quite well, there's a, like we said, anything could happen. So there's the split there for Mike. He's okay though. 196. He'll still be in the one. He'll still be in the 2-0s in the 9th frame, and the most Peppi can shoot is in the 190s. So because she lost all that count on that super wash, so Mike Boer has this locked up. It's just a matter of bowling it out to see what the final score will be. And even if he were to open here and again, he would still win the match. So he goes out. Oh, and he makes the spare for good measure. Wow, what an amazing shot there by Boer. Watch this go cross lane. And he makes the spare. Unbelievable. Great cover by Mike Boer. And Boer in the 240s pacing. There's a strike by Peppi, and she does double up. And it's right over the 3rd arrow there. Comes up a little bit late in the pocket. Actually, she does have 220 available. Peppi Konsteri. If she can double here in the 10th, she'd go back 4, 220. And with that spare conversion, though, Boer already in the 230s. And out and back. And, oh, gets the rolling 2-pin. Does Konsteri. Actually, in hindsight, it's a good thing Boer made that 6-7-10. And she gets through the shot, turns it up, and rolls the 2. That's what we love. Some very interesting carry in this match. And there's the come back. It does strike again in the 10th, so beautiful shot there. So she'll have 220 available scratch and 228 with handicap. And this is pretty much typically what she's been shooting. She just had that one bad frame, that super washout. And And she will go with one more strike.
Come on, do something.
220 plus 8 is 228. And De Boer, by virtue of that split conversion, will have 226 in the ninth, so more than enough to win. But closer than we might have thought here. A beautiful finish there by Konsteri. Nothing new here. She goes back 5. And very, very respectable showing by Peppi Konsteri. Unfortunately, it will be in a losing effort. She says, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. My streak stops at 3 here in this Masters stepladder and 5 overall, but a beautiful performance by Peppi Konsteri, winning 2 titles here on this bowling promotion tour. And now there's a ring 10 for Boer, so he'll be in the 230s even with a miss and 245 with a spare and a strike. And look at that, 6 around the 10, a little bit late. And he'll go across lane with his plastic ball. Again, stay with us for Marc Chavet's interview with our competitors. And Mike De Boer will move on to face fellow Finn Elisa Hiltunen. She'll look like if she can get a little revenge for the Finnish team. And good cover there by the Slovakian. And now 2-4-4 with the strike here. And gets the cover, so gets the strike there finally. So Mike De Boer moves on to face Elisa Hiltunen in her next match. And watch this last strike here by De Boer. It comes right up, slaps the 10 out, no problem. And Mike De Boer coming away with the victory, beating a very, very tough Peppi Konsteri. So congratulations to De Boer. Let's look at some statistics here. De Boer ends up 2-4-4. And Konsteri 220 or 228 with her handicap. And so look at our final score here. Both bowlers throwing 8 strikes, but Konsteri had that costly super wash that cost her the match. So we'll see you back here for De Boer versus Hiltunen, and here is Marc Chavet's interview.
The post-match interview here with Peppi Konsteri, the end of the road for Peppi, but Peppi, no regrets because you played up against a phenomenal opponent, Mike De Boer of the Netherlands.
Yeah, I mean, Mike played amazing, and I mean, I'm happy to lose when someone plays amazing, and I didn't do as well as I had to. I mean, the lanes are starting to get trickier. I had to play really good, so it's fine.
So were the lanes getting trickier, or was Peppi Konsteri getting a little more tired match after match?
There's no Peppi getting tired, so the lanes were getting trickier.
Sounds great. Thank you so much indeed for everything you brought to this tournament so far, and we'll see how far Mike De Boer can go. Mike, we're going to bring him on deck. Mike winning the very first matchup for his first appearance, 3rd round of the QubicaAMF Masters Series here indeed. So Mike, congratulations, great win. Peppi said it herself. You played amazingly well out there. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was really lucky. Everyone is playing the A game, and Peppi was really, really playing her A game. She's a really good player, so I tried my best to keep it up, and luckily I won.
And next up for you, you're staying in Finland with another Finnish opponent, another woman as well. It's going to be Elisa Hiltunen. We saw her all throughout the series. She's a strong player as well. This is going to be a tough test also.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Elisa's a really good player. She's also in the Finnish team as far as I know, and I will try my best to keep it up too.